Steven Gerrard, is he fit to return?
No.
Definitely not.
No, I don't know where those stories came from that Gerrard would be fit for Newcastle. We've never put that story out. We've always been thinking more that we hope he'll be fit to face Fulham the following week, but it would have been much too early for him to even consider him for Newcastle. But he is making very good progress, so we're happy with his progress. It's just that Newcastle was an unrealistic target.
Still on schedule then?
Absolutely on schedule, yeah.
What about Torres as well? Take it not too tired and distracted after the
No, not at all. We're all delighted for him and his wife. I think it's fantastic. It's obviously not easy for players when their wives are pregnant, about to give birth at any minute, and you don't know what day it's going to be. I think he's had a difficult couple of weeks, and I'm sure his wife has had an even more difficult couple of weeks, because I talk about football players, but we mustn't forget it's the wives who actually give birth, and they're the ones who've got the hardest task. But no, he's in fine form, and we're just waiting for the champagne and cigars. I'm sure they'll come.
When you've had players like you've had Torres at times this season and Gerrard coming back from injuries and little niggles that they've had, has that hampered the team at any point, do you feel?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what hampers a team. I haven't thought in those lines. Put it that way. You'd have to give me a lot of specific details, and you remember this game, and he was coming back from injury, and you didn't play very well, and you'd have to jog my memory. No, I don't have any thoughts about that. Fernando missed one game, and he missed it quite simply because it was the day his wife gave birth, and she gave birth just about before we started to play the game. So we missed him because of that, which is quite normal, but otherwise he's as fit as ever. And Steven Gerrard, we knew when he got the injury playing for England it would take probably at least 3 weeks, and it was about 2.5 weeks ago that he had it.
I just wonder as well whether you feel there's maybe a big decision to make as to when Steven is fit to go back to 4-4-2, and if so, where to play Steven, because the team performed so well the other night against Fulham.
Well, it'd be a nice headache, won't it? And I think there's enough problems as a football manager without worrying too much about what's going to happen in the future. We'll let the future take care of itself. And Steven's not fit for this weekend, so that makes the decision easy for me, as it were. And maybe against Fulham I'll have a very hard decision to make, but I welcome that, to be fair. And if we're going to become a good team, then we're going to need plenty of those hard decisions, because it proves we've got a lot of good quality players, and we aren't totally dependent upon the odd one or two, which is also important for a team to know that.
Is it the form of Morales and Lucas in particular that making those kind of decisions a bit of a headache, or potential headache?
Well, the good thing is that Raul Morales is a very all-round player, a very polyvalent player. You know, he's not got his feet nailed down to one position. Lucas is more a player who will play centrally. Raul, I've used him wide before and it's gone well. It will go well again if I chose to do that. But also the same applies to Steven Gerrard, a player who is quite comfortable playing in a central two, but he's also quite comfortable playing up front or behind a front player. So I'll wait and see what happens, and if everyone's fit before Fulham, as you rightly say, I'll have a choice to make. But I welcome that choice, but I won't worry about it until the time comes.